The Trump administration releasing a second batch of UAP files on the Pentagon's website. In this video from October 2020, you could see a black dot flying across the screen. This video initially sent to the all-domain Anomaly Resolution Office. This newest release comes after the administration has already released more than 100 files earlier this month. NewsNation's been following the push for UAP disclosure for years now, especially this man, NewsNation special correspondent and host of Reality Check, Ross Coulthart. Ross, great to see you. Thanks for joining me tonight.
Good to be here, Alex.
All right, so last time we actually spoke 2 weeks ago from the first drop, I was sad to hear that you weren't overly impressed. So what do you make of this new batch? Anything new, anything coming as a shock to you?
There are certainly videos in the release this last few days which do suggest anomalous phenomena. They do show what we call the 5 observables, instantaneous acceleration, going from naught to extreme speeds in the blink of an eye. They're turning corners without stopping. So these are things that normal human technology, prosaic human technology cannot do. People are starting to use the alien word, is this non-human? But the Trump administration, what they're doing is they're saying to the public, we're going to let you be the judge. We're going to let you make the judgment yourself. And what I fear, Alex, is that they're kind of playing with the public a bit, because I know from my own sources they have absolutely categorical, wipe-the-floor evidence that shows beyond any doubt whatsoever that we are indeed being visited by non-human intelligences, and that the United States government has known this for many decades. Why it's kept that secret, I don't know, but it's breaching trust with the American taxpayer, the public, unless they tell the full story.
Right.
And the full story is one that's still to come out.
So the president and the White House often calls themselves the most transparent in history, but you're essentially saying they could go a step further. Do you want them to go a step further? The public seems to think that they should, right?
Yes, sir, I do. And I think they may well be considering doing that. There's a lot of speculation, I'm hearing it from people inside the administration, that the Trump administration is indeed soliciting advice about how to tell the public that we're not alone. There are consultations taking place with spiritual leaders. I'm now able to confirm that. There was some speculation a couple of weeks ago about a group of pastors, but it turned out that wasn't directly related to the White House. But there are religious leaders that have been consulted by the White House. I'm aware of people in the administration who've reached out. I've actually spoken to people myself who've asked what I think would be the, quote, ontological shock for the public. And I've told them that, frankly, I think the bigger shock for the public would be the sense of a betrayal of trust if the government doesn't follow through and tell the whole story. We've had some astonishing allegations in the last few weeks. We've got an allegation, of course, long-standing from people like David Grush, the very reputable whistleblower who came forward to us on NewsNation 3 years ago, where David referred to the existence of a covert retrieval and reverse engineering program involving alien technology. That bear in the room is still not answered.
Right.
And the other allegations, including one from Lou Elizondo, the former head of the Pentagon's UFO program, he's talked about hybridization programs that he's been told about from within the intelligence community.
Ross, is there any concern that this over-dumping of files and videos and documents is sort of diluting the water in terms of what's important for the public to take away, meaning that there's just so much happening and oversaturation that it's hard for us to even tell what's new, what's important, and for us to actually really grasp how important it all is?
Just about everybody I speak to, Alex, tells me that they think the Pentagon and the intelligence community are trying to bore us into submission, that they're hoping the public will just shrug their shoulders and go, oh yeah, ho-hum, and go away. I don't think there's a genuine intention from within the Pentagon and the intelligence community to release this information, which would go further. But I'm told President Trump and his team are genuinely thinking about making a full, candid disclosure. So we can only hold our breath and hope that the president follows through with his genuine promises of transparency.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.